Now let's just talk about the another related term which is to the circle, which is nothing but called as a segment. What is called as a segment of the circle? So the region between a chord and either of its arc, either a major arc or a minor arc, it is nothing but called as the segment of the circular region, or simply it is called as a segment of a circle. So for an instance, if I am talking about this particular circle, so you can see over here that there is a chord PQ. You can see that this is nothing but a chord PQ, and the arc, if I'm just talking about the arc, so we have this as nothing but the minor arc, we have this as nothing but the major arc. So as per the definition of the segment, it says the region between a chord and either of its arc is called as the segment. So here you can see we have the two segments, which is nothing but this portion and this shaded portion. So we have the two segments over here. One is with respect to the minor arc and one is with respect to the major arc. So let's just talk about these two types of the segment. So first of all, we'll say the types of the segments. We have two types of segment, which is major segment, minor segment. You can see all this by that previous figure. Let us suppose if I'm just forming that particular figure again. So this was the figure. So what is the major segment? So you can see all by yourself that major segment is the one that involves the major area, or we can say the major portion of the circle. So this is nothing but called as the major segment, and this is nothing but called as the minor segment. So always remember what is a segment. So a segment is nothing but a region which is enclosed by a chord which is nothing but PQ, and either of its arc, either it is a minor arc or either it is a major arc. So the region that is formed over here is nothing but called as a segment, and the segments are of two types, major segment and minor segment. So you can see this is nothing but a major segment, this is nothing but a minor segment. So similarly, we are moving on further and we are talking about the sector. So what is a sector of a circle? So the region between an arc and the two radii. So here we are just involving an arc and the two radii. So in the previous means in the segment, we have taken a chord and the arc. Now we are talking about the arc and the two radii. Whenever we have the region which is enclosed by the arc and the two radii, that is joining the center to the end points of the arc, it is nothing but called as a sector. It is called as a sector. So for an instance, if I'm talking about this particular circle, so you can see that we have the two radii as nothing but OP and OQ. Obviously they both are equal to each other, and we have this particular shaded region which is enclosed over here. So this region is nothing but called as a sector. Again, just like that of the segment, we have the two sectors over here. You can see that the first one which is nothing but the shaded, and the other one is nothing but the unshaded region, because this is also the region which is in between the arc, which is nothing but the major arc, and the two radii which is joining the center to the endpoints of the arc. So you can see that we have again two sectors over here, the one which is shaded and the other one which is unshaded region. Now in the same way, we are talking about further the two sectors over here is nothing but called as the major sector, and the other one is called as the minor sector. So that there are two types of sector just like that of the segment. One is nothing but called as the major sector, which involves the major portion of the circle, and other is nothing but called as the minor sector, which involves the minor portion, or we can say that which is formed by the minor arc is nothing but called as the minor sector, and which is formed by the major arc, it is nothing but called as the major sector. So there are two types of sector, major sector and minor sector, and they are formed by an arc and the two radii joining the center to the endpoints of the arc. This is nothing but called as the sector of a circle. Now there is a very special result which is related with the segment and the sector itself. So what is that? Let's just see. When two arcs are equal, so we are saying that when two arcs are equal, so that is each is a semicircle, then both a segment and both a sector become the same, and each is known as the semicircular region. So you can see all by yourself over here that whenever we are saying that two arcs are equal, so it definitely means that the 2 points that we always used to take for forming an arc, they should be as the ends of the diameter. Then in such a case the segments and the sectors become equal to each other. So obviously you can see here the segment segment and the sectors are equal to each other, and then each is nothing but known as the semicircular region, because over here we can see that if PQ is existing as a diameter of the circle, then if I'm just talking about the upper portion or if I'm just talking about the lower portion, then they are nothing but forming up a region which is called as the semicircular region. So this is nothing but a special result which is related with the segment and the sector of the circle, and this is all about the sector and the segment of the circle.